This is your own piano, isn't it? This is always. I hear this might be turned into.
That might be turned into a flare.
Isn't that great?
So you never know, you know.
Boom.
It's safe. But,
Now, I was talking to your wonderful children, and I love the fact that, you know, going way back, you didn't like piano lessons as a kid. Your beautiful mother would fill out your books just to make sure that it looked like you did love them.
That's right.
But the turning point, I hear, is status quo, down. Watching.
Yes, I was in my neighbour's house. We didn't have BBC, and the Lucy's next door had BBC, and I saw, it was either, I think it was down, yeah.
Right, but it was a quo.
It was early 70s.
And was that...
What it was watching it, and these two heads with long hair were talking as they played the guitar.
Right, and that just seemed...
In that moment, I was just kind of, oh, that's different.
You can do this.
And it was different to, you know, all the other pop stuff, and of course that leads you on to lessons with Brian Sheeran.
Yeah.
Beautiful guy in Stillorgan, who introduces you to, you know, Rory Gallagher and Pink Floyd, and now the whole world's beginning to broaden, and the Beatles are always there and all that. But yeah, that was the start of it. So, you know,
was there? I don't know. I think you still have it, like your black Telecaster was your first tax rebate.
That's right.
And that was
40 years old now.
Wow.
Yeah, and actually, I thought it was a 79, but I subsequently discovered from Owen and some Nick guitars it's actually a 77. So they've been in the shop for 2 years before I got it. Right. So it's a 42-year-old Telecaster.
Okay, but that idea too that you have a guitar that old, and that you're, you know, that you've got it still.
Yeah.
Would it have been in your bones then? Do you think that you kind of knew, well, this is for sure like a big deal? It's not going to be just for this week or just for this year. It's, I don't know.
I kind of knew from early on, but I went the more civilian route, and I went into insurance as a good secure pension job at 17. Forced into it by my late dad. He'd great intentions, and then the opportunity arose to get out of that. And if you can picture me in insurance, whatever you imagine is exactly what you're probably thinking. You know, insurance's gain and loss was whatever, you know, I'm trying to say. So, and then I started the teaching, and that's been so good to me for 24 years. And I started out with the intention of getting 15 students a week. Right. In the College of Music, my piano teacher Eileen had said to me, maybe start with 15 a week. No mobile phone, no internet. Went out with flyers around Redford.
Well, that's it. The whole family went out, and it was just...
No, I went out.
Oh, you went out.
And by the time I got back to the house, there on the landline, there had been 45 phone calls.
Isn't that amazing?
And I took it from there. I never advertised since. It just went ba-doom, and my whole empire is based on my guitar playing empire is based on Oasis, because as you remember, Paul, they were at their zenith at that time. Yeah, and all the teenage boys wanted to play guitar, and we need something like that. Be it Nirvana or Oasis, something has happened. Even the Spice Girls, there has to be something that comes along now that clears out all this nonsense. And I got one for you.
Oh yeah.
You know, we have Ireland's favourite folk song.
Oh yeah, that's currently running.
Those songs are fantastic. Absolutely great. I think they should have a programme called Ireland's favourite fast song. Or you wouldn't be able to make it because there's no fast songs anymore. Yeah. But somebody has to change it. And Mike Dillon is going to change it.
Yes.
This album is provisionally titled No More Whinging.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Now, just you mentioned Dylan, and I love the fact that's possibly, you know, a complete. Well, I know Val as well, the whole family, but it just seems such a natural progression that somebody who grew up in that household would end up, and Elliot too, and Claudia, with just so much music in them. Yeah. Would you have dared to hope, like when those early days, there you are, like, you know, you're a young father, but that your kids would sort of, you know, follow you in the same profession?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
You know, and I suppose in some ways I regret.
Did they have a choice?
Oh, they have a choice. Oh, they do. And I suppose that's the difference, maybe, you know, because maybe I didn't have a choice, because, you know, I should have rebelled and gone, no. My teacher, Bren, had said to me, there's an audition going with a cabaret band at the moment, you remember, Sheba.
Yes,
and whatever.
Yeah.
And he said, I think you should go for it. And, you know, my dad wouldn't hear of it. I wouldn't have got it anyway, because Anto Drennan went for it. And, you know what I'm saying? So there you go. So I wasn't going to get it anyway. But anyway, you know.
But around the time of, like, Dylan's having this wonderful success at the moment, and I'm thinking, there she was, a young man. I think your first band was called Arouse. One of your first gigs.
The first gig I ever did was
Jill Nichols' house
on Knockhaven on Church Road, and I'm not from Greystones. And so I was on tour. We did a gig there on the Friday night, and we did a gig on the Saturday night in the other guitar, Bill Campbell's house, up there, the Graduate Pub. In his house there. Okay. So that was the Mad Disaster Tour, is what we called it. 2 nights and a 6-pack of smoothie.
But that idea that people a lot of kids, and hopefully still, but certainly when I was growing up and in your, our age group, you'd always just dream as a teenager that you could do this as a living.
Yeah.
Was there a point where you realised, I can? Like, it's not just the idea that it's just a teenage fantasy. I can actually make a life here.
Yeah.
Was there a turning point? Was it with Brian? Was it later on that you sort of realised, well, this could work out, actually, I could do this?
Like with brands, is that what you mean? No.
Well, when you're the teacher, you're saying, what was the first teacher?
Brand.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, Brand.
Yeah, no, it was when I came back and there was the 45 phone calls.
Right.
Because
right.
hand in hand, obviously with the teaching, there's always been the gigs, as you know. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
yes.
that's always been, and I always felt that, and I think some other teachers would feel the same. You have to be kind of doing it to teach it. Right. I feel, okay?
Yes.
So you come back in on a Monday here, and thankfully, because in some of the places we play, there's a smoking area. I don't smoke, right? But I love the smell of it. And my guitar now smells again of smoke. You take the cake.
It has a rock and roll tint to it.
And it's like, okay, well, at least that was being used over the weekend, and now here we go again. So, I always thought you should be doing it to teach it.
This to me too now, because it's been 23 years and a lot of kids have been through here. It must be the old sort of second home thing, the second family kind of feeling, which is a big move for you, and I'm sure for a lot of the kids it must be.
It's huge,
It
is, and it was really brought home to me this week.
Right.
And, obviously, it's been amazing. It's been lovely.
I did see you down in.
Sad.
I saw you in Supervalue buying loads of cards. So I see them all here now. Well,
take a picture.
But that is, but that is like I'd imagine it'll hit you again. Like it's emotionally, it's quite
Because I have a routine that I've been doing for 24 years, and I have a lovely text from my daughter Rebecca, and just listing off all her memories of the teaching side of it, and people coming in and out of the studio up in Redford, and all of that, and it was really lovely to think that that they're her memories of it, which is great, and. As I said, if I mentioned Bren there, my fondest memories, mate, a lot of them were going to his house on a Saturday morning when I started to play. Right. So if somebody down the road at 57 remembers coming to me, well, the job's well done. I got a phone call from Spain. Wow. I got a text from Australia. I got a WhatsApp message from Canada.
Amazing.
Wow. Anyway,
and I can go on and on, of course.
Fellas with beards and married and all the rest of it.
I cleared it with Ross that I wanted to get one shot of you up on the balcony with Greystones behind you. Would that be all right? Just as a kind of, I just think because it was a Greystones thing.
Sayonara, Greystones.
Well, like a nice sort of, kind of wings across America kind of thing. It just has that sort of look about it. I just think there's a quick photograph, it'll be kind of rock and roll. I don't know whether you need to lock or we'll be back down in it. Just as opposed, because I know that you want to lay Scott's here and she's always grabbing stuff out of other people's rooms. So we just have to make sure.
And I'm starving.
Oh yeah, we'll go for that. But I'm just going to do a very quick photograph of upstairs. And did you want to say goodbye, Elaine? Was it? I saw you there a minute ago. Sorry. Yes, of course. Sorry about that. Boom.
You can be your makeup pipe. See ya. I'll see you soon. You'll be fine on your own. Okay, here, you will be. It'll all be fine.
Do you want to come up? We're not going to do like a quick photograph.
Just hang on. I was going to say to you. You have to be.
Literally 1 minute and we're rock and roll. Yeah, Ross said he'd leave the door open. We could just.
Are you sure you're allowed up here?
Yes, I actually rang him again today just to be sure in case we set off an alarm or. Oh, how's it going, kids? How are you? All right. Well, maybe is he doing something up there? Oh, is there people here? Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure now. Hold on. He said I could. Hold on. He said he'd leave a key. Bum.
Where is
I think he just said he'd be at the balcony. He said we could use. That took a bit of messing around. Sorry about that.